majestic, sacred, deadly. It rises above the clouds like a gateway to another realm. Mount Fuji, the pride of Japan, a sacred symbol of beauty and resilience. But what if this mountain, revered by millions, holds secrets that should never be uncovered? What if its towering presence hides a history stained with fear, tragedy, and unexplainable phenomena? Listen closely. There are whispers of Mount Fuji's shadowy past, tales of cursed spirits, eerie encounters, in a forest at its base so notorious that even the wind seems to avoid it. Is this mountain truly sacred? Or does it serve as a warning, a reminder of forces beyond our understanding? This isn't just about one mountain. It's about the whispers that echo through the sea of trees, the eerie silences that make compasses spin wildly, and the tragic tales that remain buried in the shadows. Let's uncover the chilling truth. This is a place where compasses fail, where travelers vanish, and where the trees themselves seem to hold their breath. A place so silent, it feels alive. Scientists may call it the result of geological activity, but the locals tell a different story, one of spirits bound to the land, of ancient rituals, and of warnings ignored. In Shinto tradition, Mount Fuji is the dwelling place of Konohana Sakuya-hime, the mountain goddess. Her name, which means tree blossom blooming princess, reflects her role as the symbol of delicate beauty and fire. According to ancient myth, Konohana Sakuya-hime was tested by fire to prove her faithfulness to her husband, leaving behind a volcanic legacy that shapes Mount Fuji's identity. Mount Fuji's most enduring legend revolves around Konohana Sakuya-hime, the goddess of the mountain. According to myth, she married Ninigi, the grandson of the sun goddess Amaterasu, and bore his children. But when her faithfulness was questioned, she entered a burning hut to prove her purity, emerging unscathed. The flames of that trial are said to still reside within Fuji's volcanic heart, a reminder of the goddess's strength and the mountain's divine connection. But the goddess is not always portrayed as benevolent. Some legends suggest she punishes those who disrespect her domain. Climbers who fail to honor her with offerings or prayers are said to face sudden storms, disorienting fog, or worse. These warnings are passed down through generations, a testament to the sacredness of the mountain and the price of defiance. Fuji Sengen Shrine, at the base of the mountain, stands as a tribute to her. Pilgrims come here to seek blessings and guidance before ascending the sacred peak. For centuries, it was believed that climbing Fuji was a rite of purification, a spiritual journey to leave behind the burdens of the earthly world and reconnect with the divine. But Mount Fuji's significance isn't confined to religion. Its presence looms large in Japanese folklore. Ancient stories speak of dragons emerging from its summit, of spirits watching over travelers, and of warnings carved into its stone. During the Edo period, artists like Katsushika Hokusai immortalized the mountain in woodblock prints, portraying it as serene yet untouchable. However, for every serene depiction, there were whispers of unease. Travelers told stories of strange lights flickering at the summit. Samurai spoke of unearthly figures appearing on the mountain path. And always, there was the sense that Mount Fuji, in its silent grandeur, was listening. Legends have a way of shaping how we see the world. They carry whispers of the past, warnings from ancestors, and glimpses of something greater than ourselves. Mount Fuji, Japan's most revered peak, is no stranger to such tales. Its beauty has inspired countless myths, but not all of them offer comfort. Some warn of curses. Others tell of spirits that watch, waiting for those who dare to defy the mountain's sanctity. Throughout history, Mount Fuji has erupted with devastating force, reshaping the land and lives around it. For the people of Japan, these eruptions were not merely natural events but divine punishments. One of the most infamous eruptions, in the year 1707, blanketed Edo, modern-day Tokyo, in ash, crippling the city. Some say the eruption was a response to angered spirits, disturbed by human activity on the mountain. Others believe it was the goddess herself, warning of imbalances in the natural and spiritual world. Even today, locals whisper of dreams and visions that precede volcanic activity, as if Fuji communicates with those who are willing to listen. At the base of Mount Fuji lies a forest unlike any other, a place so dense that sunlight barely reaches the ground. Aokigahara, known as the Sea of Trees, is steeped in mystery. Its quiet is unnerving, broken only by the rustle of leaves or the occasional snap of a branch underfoot. Local folklore paints Aokigahara as a place where spirits linger. Travelers have reported hearing voices calling their names, even when they are alone. Others speak of strange lights floating between the trees. Perhaps most unsettling are the compasses that fail within the forest, as if the very land defies navigation. Is this a natural anomaly, or something more? Mount Fuji's legends may be rooted in the ancient past, but its reputation is not confined to the world of folklore. Over the years, real events, some tragic, some baffling, have cast a shadow over this iconic peak. These stories paint a picture of a mountain that is as unpredictable as it is beautiful, leaving behind unanswered questions and chilling reminders of its power. Each year, tens of thousands of climbers ascend Mount Fuji in search of awe and accomplishment. For most, the journey ends with breathtaking views and a sense of achievement. But not everyone returns. Since records began, the mountain has claimed countless lives, some through miscalculation, others through forces that seem beyond comprehension. In 2014, a man set out to document his solo climb of Mount Fuji during the off-season. Broadcasting live, he marveled at the icy beauty of the slopes, but as conditions worsened, his tone grew desperate. Viewers watched in horror as his footing slipped, his camera capturing his final moments before plunging into the abyss. To this day, climbers speak of a chilling wind that rushes through the area, as if carrying echoes of his cries. Aokigahara's reputation isn't just tied to its tragic history, it's also known for strange phenomena that defy explanation. Hikers often report that their compasses fail to function correctly within the forest. Needles spin erratically or freeze altogether, leaving even the most experienced adventurers disoriented. Scientists suggest this could be caused by the area's volcanic rock, rich in magnetic iron. But others believe something else is at work. One hiker described walking in circles for hours. Despite using GPS, it was as if the forest wouldn't let me leave, he said. Another recalled hearing whispers that led him deeper into the trees, only to find himself back at his starting point, alone and unnerved. Beyond its myths and tragedies, Mount Fuji is an active volcano, a geological giant capable of reshaping the land around it. The last major eruption in 1707 sent ash raining down on Edo, disrupting lives for miles. Even today, Fuji is classified as a high-risk site, with scientists warning that another eruption could occur at any time. But Fuji's dangers aren't limited to eruptions. Sudden landslides triggered by heavy rains or seismic activity have caught climbers off guard. In one recent incident, a group narrowly escaped as boulders the size of cars tumbled down the slopes. Was this a natural event, or a reminder of the mountain's raw, unpredictable power? The tragedies and phenomena surrounding Mount Fuji may have rational explanations. But for many, they point to something more, a force that watches, that acts, that seems to call out to those who dare approach. Is this merely the mountain's natural power, or is there truth to the legends? For centuries, people have sought answers. And still, the questions remain. Geologists point to Mount Fuji's violent history of volcanic activity as the root cause of many of its mysteries. The mountain's eruptions have been catastrophic, most notably in 1707 during the Edo period. Known as the Ho eruption, it blanketed nearby areas in ash and caused significant destruction. But what causes these eruptions? Scientists have identified Mount Fuji as a composite volcano, one formed over centuries of explosive eruptions and steady lava flows. The volcano's subduction zones, where one tectonic plate is forced under another, are the primary source of the pressure that builds deep below Fuji's surface. This seismic activity can trigger sudden eruptions, earthquakes, and even landslides. Such violent shifts in the Earth's crust can alter the landscape rapidly, creating dangers for climbers and hikers who may not anticipate the risks of shifting volcanic terrain. But some phenomena defy purely scientific explanation, particularly in Aokigahara. This forest, infamous for its connection to suicide, has long been associated with the idea of mental and emotional despair. Those who venture into its depths often report feelings of unease, dread, and even the sensation of being watched. Could these experiences be explained by the dense, isolating environment of the forest, or do they suggest something more mysterious? Psychologists argue that Aokigahara's thick canopy and its constant, unnerving silence can induce a kind of sensory deprivation. The isolation, the absence of any sign of life or sound, can lead to a heightened sense of anxiety and disorientation. For some, the forest becomes a psychological trap, one where reality warps and the mind takes control. This could explain why some hikers have reported hearing whispers or seeing fleeting shadows among the trees, despite no one being around. But for many, science cannot explain the supernatural forces that seem to permeate the air around Mount Fuji. Local folklore speaks of spirits who haunt the mountain and the surrounding forest, spirits angered by trespassers, climbers who disturb the sacred ground. These tales tell of gods, ghosts, and even demons who punish those who fail to respect the mountain's sacredness. In Japanese mythology, Mount Fuji is often associated with the goddess Konohana Sakuya-hime, the spirit of the mountain itself. Known as the goddess of delicate life, she represents the beauty and serenity of Fuji. But as legends go, she is not always kind to those who disrespect her domain. Some believe that climbers who desecrate the sacred space, ignoring the traditional rites or disturbing the mountain's peaceful atmosphere, are cursed by Sakuya-hime's wrath. Could these curses be responsible for the strange occurrences on and around Mount Fuji? Other stories tell of restless spirits, those who perished in the forest or during volcanic eruptions, who now roam the peaks and valleys, forever tethered to the mountain. It is said that their souls cannot find peace, that they seek out the living, calling them into the depths of Aokigahara, or even causing climbers to lose their way. Science offers us theories, logical explanations that rely on facts, data, and observable phenomena. But some mysteries are not so easily solved. Can the psychological effects of Aokigahara truly account for the strange sightings and eerie sensations reported by those who enter? Or is there a deeper force at play, something beyond our understanding? The curse of Mount Fuji is a deeply ingrained part of Japanese culture, and for many, it is not just a tale, it is a reality. But as we continue to search for answers, one question remains: is Mount Fuji truly cursed, or is the legend simply a reflection of humanity's desire to make sense of the unknown? The evidence is clear: Mount Fuji is not just a geographical wonder, but a place filled with mystery, history, and human tragedy. Whether you believe in the supernatural or trust in the explanations of science, one thing is certain: the mountain holds power. What remains to be seen is whether that power is a force of nature or something far beyond it. We've examined the science, the folklore, and the strange events that continue to surround Mount Fuji. But still, some questions remain, questions that science cannot fully answer and legends that may never be explained. What is it about this mountain that captivates so many, yet hides its true nature from those who seek it out? Could Mount Fuji's allure be more than just a geographical feature? Could it be a powerful force, one that goes beyond the Earth itself? There's something about Mount Fuji that draws people in. It is not just the beauty or the religious significance, it is something deeper. Some believe that the mountain itself holds an energy, an intangible power that resonates with those who come near. Is it merely the majesty of the mountain, or could this energy have something to do with the strange occurrences people experience? Could it be that Mount Fuji itself is a source of unexplained phenomena, an ancient force waiting to be uncovered? Perhaps the supernatural elements of the mountain are not just a reflection of ancient folklore, but a genuine energy that still pulses beneath the surface. People have reported feelings of unease, dizziness, and even unexplained emotions as they climb towards the summit. The sense of being watched seems to persist throughout the journey, and even experienced hikers cannot seem to explain it. Could this all be a result of the mountain's magnetic pull, its geological anomalies, or is there something else at work? Despite our best efforts to understand the mysteries of Mount Fuji, there are still so many unanswered questions. Geologists may explain the eruptions, but what about the strange phenomena that occur without warning? The eerie silence of Aokigahara forest, the strange compass malfunctions that leave hikers lost, and the unnerving whispers heard by some. What could be causing these events if not for a supernatural presence? Could there be something science has yet to discover, a force that remains just beyond the reach of our understanding? Is Mount Fuji's history and its strange occurrences simply a case of uncharted geological activity? Or does it go deeper? Is there something about the mountain itself, something hidden beneath the surface, that we've yet to uncover? And could these mysteries be linked to the ancient spirits or curses that the locals have long spoken of? Could the truth lie somewhere in the balance between the two, where science and the supernatural intersect in ways we cannot yet comprehend? We've explored the many facets of Mount Fuji, the natural, the psychological, and the supernatural. But as with all mysteries, the answers remain elusive. The mountain holds its secrets tightly, and no matter how much we learn, we're left with more questions than answers. So we ask you, what do you think? Is Mount Fuji a magnificent geological wonder, an ancient spiritual battleground, or something more, a cursed enigma that only reveals its truth to those brave enough to seek it out? We want to hear from you. What do you think could be responsible for the eerie occurrences on Mount Fuji? Have you visited the mountain yourself? Share your experiences in the comments below. And let's continue to unravel this mystery together. And if you're intrigued by the unknown and the unexplained, make sure to check out our next video, where we explore another place shrouded in mystery, another enigma waiting to be uncovered. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, so you never miss a chapter of these chilling tales.